Every loss stings.
This is a growing moment for us.
We've just got to do a better job.
Kelsey can't make the catch.
Today it was penalties and just miscues.
Good protection, aired out. Valdes-Scantling dropped it.
I'm grabbing my heart.
They know I'm going to keep firing it. That's just who I am. I'm going to fire it to the guy who's open.
Airs it out, downfield, incomplete.
If we can find a way to just get a little bit better as an offense, we're going to win a lot of these games.
And we need to get more jugs machines in abundance, baby, for their skill positions.
This is a trend. This is something the Chiefs have to deal with. That is concerning.
Well, there you have it. The Chiefs defense played absolutely incredible against the Eagles on Monday Night Football, showing up big time and time again. Meanwhile, the Chiefs offense stalled out time and time again, riddled with drops, turnovers, mistakes, and is officially the worst second half offense in the entire NFL. So let's talk about it. But first, how about those? All right, so the Chiefs lost by 4 points to the Eagles last night on Monday Night Football, which signified a couple of things. One, Mahomes has his first ever loss as a starter after a bye, now falling to 5-1, I believe it is. And two, Andy Reid lost for the first time ever to the Eagles since coming to Kansas City. And the craziest part about this game is, on paper, the Chiefs dominated this game.
I felt like in the Super Bowl, the Eagles played better than the Chiefs probably, and the Chiefs won. I felt like tonight, the Chiefs played better and the Eagles won, so yeah, maybe that's how it works.
I mean, look at this. The Chiefs had 100 more total yards, 20 more total plays, 40 more passing yards, 50 more rushing yards, had the ball for 32 minutes compared to the Eagles' 28 minutes. They were 8 for 17 on third downs and 2 for 3 on fourth, compared to the Eagles being a measly 3 for 11 on third down. Jalen Hurts, meanwhile, was sacked 5 times compared to Patrick's 1, and the Chiefs overall looked the better team. That is, until the second half, which is once again the most problematic story of the Chiefs offense so far. So let's get into the reasons why this keeps happening, because it's freaking nuts as we look at these standout highlights and plays from this game and more. But first, with the holidays here and the kids back at school, our family is always looking for a variety of snacks that we can all enjoy. And that is why the sponsor of today's video, nuts.com, has helped keep our snack stash stacked, say that 5 times fast, with favorites for the entire family. Snack stash stack, snack stack. I'm done. Anyway, nuts.com is your one-stop shop for freshly roasted nuts, dried fruit, sweets like dark chocolate, Nom Nom, and gummy bears, pantry staples like specialty flours, and so much more. The good thing here is at nuts.com, quality is a top priority. You know, kind of like the Chiefs and their ability to draft late-round corners, top-notch quality. They even roast their nuts and pop their corn the same exact day it ships, so they'll reach you deliciously fresh, and satisfaction is guaranteed like the typical Chiefs W. We've tried a variety of delicious options like their salted roasted almonds. Their healthy trail mix is a nice thing to grab along with my lunch as I head down to make more vids. My daughters loved the milk chocolate gummy bears, and we've even used them as motivation for our oldest daughter to finish her homework faster as a reward. The organic dried mangoes were a fun snack for all, and then the bourbon pecans were so good that they vanished faster than the Chargers or the Raiders in the playoffs. Basically, they were all freaking great and something our family enjoyed so much that we will definitely be coming back for more. And with so many options to choose from on their website, each order is going to be a fun and unique experience. And right now, nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at nuts.com/HBTC. So go check out all of the delicious options at nuts.com/HBTC. You'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. Again, that's nuts.com/HBTC. Okay, let's dive into this game that I am ever so excited to experience all over again with you all. The opening drive of the game was an ugly one with the rain pouring down, Mahomes getting sacked on second down, and the result was a very quick 3-and-out. Then Tommy Townsend kicked a pretty poor punt that set the Eagles up near midfield, but the Chiefs defense is absolutely elite, and Trent McDuffie came up with a clutch sack on third down. Isaiah Pacheco then started beasting, bouncing outside for 24 yards. Kadarius Toney, of all people, even started taking handoffs out of the backfield, going for 14 quick yards. The next play here was a quick pass to Mecole Hardman, and this was the play he actually hurt his thumb in some capacity and was listed as questionable to return. And while he did eventually return, he only caught one more pass all game. Thankfully, though, Andy Reid said after the game that McColl's banged up thumb was the only injury for KC on the night. Something I'm not thankful for, though, is Donovan Smith tackling his own players, as Toney took another handoff out of the backfield and ran right into him. It didn't matter, though, because another Pacheco run got them up near the goal line, and Mahomes then created some magic to find Justin Watson for 6. The Eagles wouldn't be denied, though, as Devontae Smith caught caught a nice pass from Hurts on a crosser. L'Jarius Sneed drew a flag. Then Smith caught yet another to get them up near the 20. And DeAndre Swift had an incredible run up the left side thanks to a nice block by Jason Kelce. And Swift proceeded to run it in on the next play up the right side for a score. On that play, though, the Chiefs players, coaches, and the booing crowd wanted a flag for holding. That wasn't called. And even the broadcast echoed that it should have been a flag, but alas, no call, and touchdown, Philadelphia, tie game. And it's very odd to me that even though the Chiefs get all the calls, they really don't. A very confusing concept, if you ask me. The Chiefs then went 3 and out, and this happened 5 times on the night, by the way. So many 3 and outs for Kansas City, who, believe it or not, had the least amount of 3 and outs in the entire NFL leading up to this game. Anyway, didn't matter because L'Jarius Sneed picked off Jalen Hurts a few plays later, with the Chiefs moving quickly down the field thanks to a solid grab by Justin Watson on 3rd and 4, a couple of angry Isaiah Pacheco runs, CEH surprisingly getting a first down as well on the outside, and then Mahomes misconnected with Justin Watson, resulting in an INT in the end zone and an Eagles touchback. This throw, per the words of Mahomes, was on him, noting that he should have led Watson more but missed. A crucial red zone turnover for Kansas City, 1 of 2 on the night. Chris Jones took that personally, though, sacking Hurts for a 7-yard loss, and then on 3rd and 15, Chris Jones got to him again. 2 sacks in 3 plays by the CEO of Sack Nation, and another Eagles punt. This time, though, Kadarius Toney was actually back there to return because McCole Hardman was banged up, and on his first punt return since the Super Bowl against the same exact team, where he had the longest punt return in Super Bowl history, Toney almost broke off another incredible return, weaving his way in and out of Eagles players for a hard-fought 16 yards. Then on 3rd and 7, Mahomes got a free play due to Josh Sweat being offsides, and while no flag was thrown for DPI here on Kelce, Pacheco was able to move the chains. Then Mahomes tiptoed up the left sideline to get the team to the 11, and with under 2 minutes left in the half on 3rd and 4, a classic Mahomes to Kelce touchdown followed, which brought the Chiefs up by 1 touchdown. Philadelphia then very quickly went 3 and out, unable to handle the Chiefs' elite defense due to Trent McDuffie blitzing off the edge and strip sacking Hurts, though Hurts was able to recover his own fumble. But with that, McDuffie had his 2nd sack of the night, his first ever multi-sack game, and now has 5 forced fumbles on the year. Absolutely incredible. George Karlaftis then sacked Hurts again on 3rd down, and the Chiefs were able to do just enough to get into field goal range and go up 10 points by halftime thanks to yet another clutch Justin Watson catch on 3rd and 15, and Harrison Butker still being perfect on the season. And the crazy part here is the Chiefs went into the half up by 10. Meanwhile, the exact opposite happened in the Super Bowl, with them going into half down by 10. And while this first half went pretty much fantastic for KC, aside from that Mahomes interception, which could have made the score 24-7 at half, the second half proved yet again to be the thorn in the side of the Chiefs' offense. The Eagles couldn't do anything either, at least to start the second half, as both teams punted the ball 2 times in a row, 4 total, with 3 of those 4 drives being a very quick 3 and out. The Chiefs did have 1 first down thanks to a Pacheco run, but then after an offensive hold, 1st and 20 proved to be too much for KC to overcome when they couldn't convert on 3rd and 3 as Mahomes overthrew a wide open Travis Kelce with pressure bearing down on him. That next drive, thankfully, the Eagles decided to hand the ball off to DeAndre Swift on 3rd and 1 instead of the brotherly shove, tush push, whatever you want to call it. A mistake they wouldn't make again the rest of the game, by the way. Jawan Taylor then was flagged for a false start, and Mahomes had yet another misconnect with the receiver on a deep ball on 3rd and 3. And the Eagles this time would not be denied, driving the field thanks to a huge 35-yard DeAndre Swift run after a successful tush-push conversion. Then Hurts ran it in himself, taking advantage of the Chiefs blitzing off the edge by running the opposite way on a QB draw, making it a 3-point game. Next drive, the Chiefs appeared to be back in first half form, with Rashee Rice making a nice play. Darius Slay then got flagged for PI and coverage on MVS. Then on 3rd and 8, Slay got flagged again for illegal contact, and the Chiefs looked like they were about to score here, converting a 3rd and 3 with Jerick McKinnon. Then after Toney was just short here on this play, Kansas City went for it on 4th and 1, surprisingly converting on a 3rd or 4th and short thanks to some nice blocking and Isaiah Pacheco running in rather pissed off fashion. However, the next play, Kelce catches the ball, making his way down the middle of the field, and Eagles veteran Bradley Roby made a perfect punch out on the ball. The result was a fumble and the Eagles recovering at the 10-yard line, and that was the second Chiefs turnover in the red zone on the day. And against a team as good as the Eagles, you can't make those kind of mistakes, or as we all know, it's going to come back to bite you. And sure, the Eagles went 3 and out as the defense held strong per usual, but KC went from having the ball at the Eagles' 10-yard line to their own 37 after the Eagles punt. Mahomes then placed a perfect ball right into the awaiting arms of Justin Watson on 3rd and 9 for 17 yards. Solid there. Sky Moore then caught his one and only pass on the night, and then on 3rd and 4, I got to talk about this for a moment here, because not only did Justin Watson drop this ball that would have been a first down, but he then on the very next play let an incredible Townsend punt bounce from the 1-yard line into the end zone. So not only did Watson fail to help the team convert on 3rd down, but then he gave the Eagles an additional 19 yards on the touchback. I also want to say it was weird to see the Chiefs even punting in this situation to begin with. They were on the Eagles' 39-yard line facing 4th and 4, decided to punt, and due to the touchback, the Eagles were only backed up 19 yards to their own 20, rather than the Chiefs just trying to go for it and a turnover on downs happening at the 39. Pretty bad all around for KC on these couple of plays. And the Eagles made him pay for it as well, taking advantage of the Chiefs' aggressive nature with a 20-yard screen pass to Swift, converting a 3rd and 5 to Devontae Smith, then going right back to him for 41 yards up the right side on the very next play, a play that sadly had safety Mike Edwards one-on-one with Smith, and the Eagles took advantage with Devontae making a great grab, and the tush push finished the job, putting the Eagles up by 4 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds or so left in the game. Well, you know what the Chiefs did next? Nothing really. Went 3 and out for the 5th time of the night. A weird penalty happened on 3rd and 8, though, with the Eagles appearing to jump off sides, a flag being thrown, and somehow Creed Humphrey, the center, got flagged for a false start, I guess for twerking. He lowered his buttocks a bit too quickly. An interesting one that even Andy Reid didn't understand, but oh well, because on 3rd and 12, the Chiefs couldn't make it happen as Mahomes tried to create some magic with McKinnon, and they had to punt the ball back to Philly. The defense held strong, though, forcing the Eagles' 7th punt of the night thanks to an incredible tackle from Drew Tranquill, and after a great punt, the Chiefs had 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go roughly 92 yards because they needed a touchdown with them trailing by 4. Well, it's been done many times before in the past, so why not again? Well, Travis Kelce then dropped an easy catch on 3rd and 2, but Mahomes went right back to him on 4th and 2 to move the chains. Then Travis Kelce caught another one right before the 2-minute warning, and on top of that, Fletcher Cox nailed Mahomes on that throw, resulting in a roughing the passer call, an additional 15 yards, and that put the Chiefs right up near midfield. Then the Eagles blew their coverage, and MVS was allowed to fly by unhindered, and Mahomes proceeded to launch the kill shot, a throw we've seen completed many times since he took over in 2018, a throw that typically gets the job done and would have put the Chiefs up by 3 with 1 minute and 43 seconds left in the game, though to be fair, the Eagles still had 3 timeouts, but lo and behold, instead, MVS couldn't come down with the ball, dropped it. A truly unfortunate play that had MVS slamming his helmet on the wall after the game. This dropped pass also made it 3rd and 10 for Kansas City, and Mahomes then got pressured and tried to throw the ball away, but couldn't get it back to the line of scrimmage, and the result was intentional grounding, and that set up a very long 4th and 25. Of course, though, on this play, Mahomes somehow hits a receiver right in the freaking hands, the mitts, which would have been a first down, but instead, Watson couldn't reel it in, and the Eagles would go on to win the game. And believe it or not, there are some definite bright spots here, such as the defense holding the number 3 scoring offense to just 21 points and only 3 for 11 on 3rd downs. They also sacked Hurts 5 times. L'Jarius Sneed held A.J. Brown to just 1 catch for 8 yards. McDuffie had 2 sacks and made multiple splash plays all game long. Drew Tranquill doing a great job filling in for Nick Bolton. Chris Jones came alive, and the defense played their tails off. Then on special teams, Tony did have some great punt returns. Harrison Butker is still perfect on the season and quite possibly the Chiefs' MVP so far on the year. However, Tommy Townsend struggled yesterday on several punts. Justin Watson missed downing that ball at the 1. And then on the offensive side of the ball, here we go. The first half was fine for the most part, as was Isaiah Pacheco, who carried the ball 19 times for 89 yards all game, averaging 4.7 yards per carry. But in the second half, penalties, lack of execution, miscommunication, and drops once again plagued the offense, and the Eagles did a good job to minimize the Chiefs' run game as well. I think the Chiefs only ran 9 times in the second half. Part of that was due to the drives absolutely stalling because the Chiefs' drives in the second half looked like this: punt, punt, fumble in the red zone, punt, punt, turnover on downs. That is embarrassing for several reasons. First off, Chiefs pass catchers dropped 5 passes in this game and now lead the league with 26 drops total. In fact, 21% of Mahomes' incompletions this season have been drops, with 2 of those drops being heavily responsible for 2 of the Chiefs' 3 losses. On top of the drops, the Chiefs were penalized several times on offense that created deficits too difficult for them to overcome. Then you had the 2 turnovers in the red zone, which knocked at least 10 points off the board, and the amount of turnovers the Chiefs have on the season is quite alarming, to be honest. They have 19 giveaways on the season so far through 11 weeks, and guess what? 23 total last season through 17 games, so they're only trailing their giveaway total right now by 4, and they still have like 6 games to go. The turnovers are drive killers. Then, the biggest concern of the Chiefs offense is probably the most shocking thing I can recall of a Chiefs offense, especially in the Mahomes era. Listen to this. No team in the NFL is scoring fewer points per game in the second half this season than the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are averaging, this is not a typo, 5.3 points per game in the second half through 10 games. Every other NFL team has more. And in the last 10 years, the Chiefs are the 3rd least scoring second half team with 53 points scored in the second half through 11 weeks, followed by the 2016 Browns scoring 51 points, and then the 2019 Dolphins scoring 37. So case in point, TLDR, whatever the freaking saying is, the Chiefs averaged just over 17 points a game in the first half this season, and just 5.3 points per game in the second half. Horrible. They've also only been held to 17 points or fewer on offense in 3 straight games, 3 times under Andy Reid, the most recent being the last 3 games this season: Broncos, Dolphins, Eagles, then weeks 9, 11, and 12 in 2017, and finally weeks 2 through 4 in 2016. And if that wasn't enough, this is now the 3rd game in a row that the Chiefs have scored zero points in the second half. That's right, the Chiefs scored 9 points against Denver, all in the first half, 14 against the Dolphins, all in the first half, and then all 17 of their points against the Eagles were once again all in the first half. So not only do you have the Chiefs receivers failing to get open, they have the 3rd or 4th least separation of any team in the NFL. I covered that in this video here. They're running wrong routes. They're dropping more passes than any other team. The Chiefs are also killing themselves with penalties and turnovers that, if aren't cleaned up and the mistakes get figured out, it's going to cost the Chiefs when it matters in the postseason. This is by far the best defense of the Mahomes era, and the offense is almost squandering that. We just need the offense to function at a normal level for a few drives in the second half of these games, and it's pretty much a wrap. All in all, Mahomes and Andy Reid still don't seem, at least on the podium, overly concerned with the offensive issues, knowing that they can be cleaned up and improved upon.
I don't have any concern because I'm going to do whatever I can to play the best football I can. I know the other guys are going to do the same. And if you have concern, then you don't win football games. And so I believe in the guys that we have in the locker room, and we'll come to work with that mentality of we're going to find a way to fix it.
Yeah, Adam, I think we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. I've got to do a better job helping out with that, and then my guys have got to do the same thing. So we've all got to pick it up a notch there the second half.
The Chiefs lost by just 4 points to arguably the best team in the NFL, and had they cleaned up even one of those red zone turnovers and maybe just a drop or a penalty here or there, that's a freaking W. So hats off to the Eagles, who at the end of the day got it done. No excuses there, but the Chiefs aren't that far from getting it done against one of the best teams in the entire NFL. And with all that being said, what do you guys think about the Chiefs' performance yesterday? Are you officially ruling the offense as a major concern? I definitely have some major concerns right now. And if so, what do you think they should do to fix the problem? Sign a free agent? Cut people? Bench people? It's a little late in the season. I honestly don't think they're going to do much. But let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments down below. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?